Did you know that no team has won all of their 6 Champions League group games in 2 consecutive seasons before Bayern Munich did it this season? They have 13 consecutive wins in the groups and 31 wins, 3 draws from their last 34 games in the group stage, which is a record in the tournament. Now, however, they face a PSG team that will be out for revenge for that lost final a few years ago. In this video, I have prepared for you predictions for all of the 4 Champions League matches in the coming week, and the first one will be for the match between Milan and Tottenham. Tottenham is a clear favorite according to the bookmakers, but we should not forget that Conte is not doing well at all in the European tournaments. And when we add to the fact that he is the coach of Tottenham, who are famous for their failures, I am not very optimistic about Spurs. On the other side are Milan, a European giant and without doubt the most successful Italian team in the tournament. It's just that Milan are in very poor form right now. The team has 2 points from its last 5 league games, and before the last round started in the 6th place, having lost in the meantime also to the local rival Inter twice, and one time it was for the Super Cup. Conte knows Milan well, considering he has spent so many years as a coach in Serie A and that 2 of his clubs like Juventus and Inter. Personally, I expect a more defensive approach from Spurs in this game because of Conte. Milan in this form and with these problems in attack will be expected to be very cautious. My bet here is first half draw at 2.10. Bruges against Benfica. Bruges play a 3-5-2 formation with 3 typical central defenders. In front of Mignolet are the experienced Odoi, Mechele and the new star of the season, the Ivorian Abakar Silva. They also have a lot of quality in the midfield and most of all balance. Kamau Sowa is the main link and Ferran Jutgla is the team's main player in front. Very quick with a nice dribble and a tight shot. Benfica play a 4-2-3-1 formation and like to press from the start. This season the Eagles are just a great team, and it's no coincidence that they have high hopes for the Champions League too. They are also favorites to become champions of Portugal. In the midfield they have very energetic players who press successfully. Rafa Silva and Gonçalo Ramos are the stars of the team. Enzo Fernandez, however, will no longer be part of this team after his move to Chelsea, and although Benfica can very easily replace their top players, it can't help but have some impact considering that parting happened so soon. In any case, Bruges and Benfica demonstrated a very well structured game with few mistakes. I think they have a quality defense and will find it difficult to score early on. I'm betting on few goals in the match between them, which I expect to be even. Prediction under 2.5 goals at the odds of 2. Dortmund against Chelsea. Dortmund can't dream of beating Chelsea in the current form of the 2 teams because the Germans are definitely doing well. They are picking up win after win in the Bundesliga, scoring a lot of goals and have one of the most valuable young talents in the world right now, namely Jude Bellingham. Chelsea bought a lot of players, but Potter definitely has serious problems right now with this team, and with such investments, expectations have increased even more. I don't see the Englishman in the charge of the Blues for a long time. Chelsea have a lot of new signings, and I expect the rise of the team to start only the next season, because in the summer there will be a lot of leavers. As I mentioned at the beginning, now is the perfect time for Dortmund to take advantage. I think Borussia are now more prepared and more motivated than ever to beat Chelsea, so I expect them to come out aggressive and attack the Blues from the first minute in their own stadium. Borussia are always famous for their extremely dangerous attack, so my prediction here might seem strange, but it is Dortmund to score in the first half at the odds of 2. As I explained, it is very likely that the Germans will start the game more aggressively, playing with a lot of speed. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Write in the comments your predictions for these Champions League games next week. And now for the biggest game of the Champions League this week, PSG versus Bayern. The French haven't recorded the best results lately. The biggest disappointment was their elimination for the Coupe de France from Marseille, although there the team had to deal with only Neymar and Messi without Mbappé. PSG's big goal again this year will be to win the Champions League, as in the only final they played in this tournament they lost to Bayern a few years ago. If PSG are a bit shaky in some games, however, then what about Bayern, who started the last round in the Bundesliga as first but with 5 points more than the 5th Frankfurt. Bayern have ups and downs this campaign, as in their last 4 Bundesliga games before the one with Bochum, the Bavarians have made 3 1-1 draws. At the moment it seems that a lot of teams know how to counter the Bavarians and are doing it successfully. After all, this is the Champions League, where Bayern aren't different anymore. But if there's a team that should be thirstier for win, it would be PSG. I don't see any reason why PSG should have such a high odds at home. After all, Parisians have gained a lot of experience over the years and they certainly have no worse squad than Bayern at the moment. Besides, if you look at the French side home games, they very rarely lose at home, or it's usually on specific occasions. The only counter argument here is that Mbappe and Ramos will most likely not be involved in the match, but very often in such moments this can even be used as a trump card. Prediction: PSG 0-0 Asian handicap at 1.96.